Right, for sale, one 2018 Husqvarna 701. I'm selling this on behalf of my friend. I'm also selling a WR250F of his at the same time if you're interested. But anyway, focusing on this bike, Paul, the owner, has had it since I think for about 3 years. He bought it off a guy who was down in Nelson, who had done about, I think it was about 5,000 Ks on it, and Paul's done about 3,000 to 4,000 Ks on it, so it's done about 9,000 Ks, but I'll confirm that. So first of all, it's been lowered, so it's done with a professional proper lowering kit where the forks were actually taken apart, put back together by Nelson Husqvarna, and then the shock is also a lower shock, so the lowering has been done properly, not just links, and so it handles really well. I have one of these too, which is at full height. The advantage of the lower bike is the centre of gravity is nice and low, and easy to get your feet down. The only little issue with it being a bit lower is in ruts and that, hitting foot pegs. So just running through, so it has been lowered. It also has the Raid Garage 6 litre tank up the front here. It does require a new little breather hose. Also has a one of these CNC racks, which are really good, and also a fuel cap that doesn't have the key in it. The stock ones get a lot of dust in them, and the keys are very hard to move on it. And on that as well, it just has just the one key. Unfortunately, when he bought it, the chap only had the one key and never bothered to get another one sorted out for it. So apart from that, registration is currently on hold. Paul only uses the bike once a year, so in the 3 years he's had it, he's had 3 trips down the South Island. Apart from that, occasionally takes a trip down to the dairy just to move a bit of oil around, and spends a lot of time on the trickle charger. So it's just had a trip down to the South Island in February, and it had the oil changed before then. So that's Motorex 10W50 fully synthetic oil's been used on it. The air filter pretty much cleaned after every ride. Down the South Island we clean the air filter every 3 days. As far as the condition of the bike goes, it's very good. It's never had any issues, no breakdowns, never had to be pushed. It starts every time, so it's been really good. So no movement in any of the wheel bearings. Tyre's still pretty good condition. It's in a Motos Tractionator Enduro. Forks, so no leaks, nice and clean. Front brakes, still got plenty of meat on those. Steering bearing, all nice and good. The mirrors, I've got the stock mirrors to go back on the bike. Last trip down the South Island, it was in my trailer, which is quite low, and had to take the mirrors down. It's also a trickle charger point there as well. Bark busters are on it. It's the stock headlight. Nothing else too much to report around that side of things. Okay, looking all good. Chain and sprockets are still very good. Not a lot of movement back there. The chain's fairly good. I'll give it a little bit of a tighten up. So that's all good. It does need a warrant of fitness, so I'll be getting a warrant of fitness for it within the next week, I'd say. Apart from that, there's not really any faults or anything I can talk about. It's very good sound bike. Back wheel, again, no play, no movement in anything there. So yeah, it's a really good nick. I'll just start her up. runs really well. These things are very powerful, very fast. This one has also got the Rottweiler fuel dongle in it, which makes them a lot more, they don't stall as easy. Just down on those low revs they just purr a little bit nicer, and then the top end, yeah, they've got so much power on the top end it's hard to notice any difference. It also has the ABS dongle in it as well, but as far as modifications, that's really it. It's the rack, the bark busters, the 6 litre fuel tank, which gives it a total range of over 300 kilometres. Also, just before the trip down the South Island, I did the valve clearance on it. Intake valves were just slightly out, so they're being put back into spec. So really, with the oil change, it's only done about, I think, 1,000 k's on this change of oil. So yeah, it doesn't need a lot done for it. It's ready to go for another big trip, really. So that's about all I can say about the bike. Can deliver to Auckland, can deliver up to Kerikeri. Also got a trip down to Gisborne via Tokoroa in May, so I'm happy to get the bike down there if need be, and happy to work in with any transporters. Can actually recommend a good transporter from Christchurch as well if anyone's looking at taking it down south. But in all, really good bike, been really good. Paul is moving on. He wants to go down to a KTM 500, just basically doing more off-road riding, since his son's now got a license as well. But that's all I've got to say about it, really. If you can give me a call, the number's 021 064 1006.